7, 8 years ago, I was doing a series of leadership conversations. And they were geared around three things. These are the three things. So I'm bringing them into the picture today because I want to talk to you about the fact that if we're going to be relevant, and we're going to do that by driving engagement through our people down to the customer, well, me with you, then you with your people, and then down to the customer, that the idea of relevance, this leadership talk had three essential elements. And it was that we, as leaders in today's world, we have to be purpose-driven, we have to work with people, and we have processes. Now, those three things are always got to be firing. So far, my work with you has been centered around which of these elements? Say it out loud. People, that's right. This is the part where you talk back. I forgot to tell you what your part was. So it's people. And that's great because that's where we need to be. Now, some dealerships, I've had a conversation or began a conversation about purpose because if we've got people out there, we can be firing all day long with our people, but if we don't have a strong purpose, if they don't understand why we're in business, what we're all about, then, that doesn't, what kind of actions are they taking? We don't know, right? They're taking whatever action they think is okay, but having a good, strong purpose. Now, you as an organization, do you have a good, strong purpose statement, mission statement?
Yes.
You do? What is it?
I was just trying to help you out.
Oh, you're trying to help me out?
Just give me a verbal answer.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So the answer, because I'm seeing blank faces, is probably not. You may have one, it may be published, but if we don't know it, and we're not talking to our people, when you're putting finance together for a customer, and a deal goes a certain way, when you do things, and you and I have talked about that, when you're working with customers, being able to say to the sales consultants, we took this action as an illustration of our integrity and our ethics. Remember that conversation? And so part of that is grounded in because our purpose, our why, is grounded, if it is, in integrity and in ethics. Does that make sense? So we've got to have the idea in place of why do we exist and how do we do business and how does that make us relevant to our customers at this dealership. Not every dealership in the United States, this dealership. So that's about you all. So without that purpose, and I'm going to begin this conversation in a week or two, we're going to come back and touch that base. All right? So we've hit people pretty hard. Anybody done any coaching with their people?
I have.
Okay, fantastic. So I want to continue doing that. Remember, that's an ongoing process. That wasn't a one-time thing where I talked to you. My expectation, what I shared with you, my hope would be that you would do a feedback conversation with your people at least once a quarter, those of you that directly manage people. And you all said that was doable. So this is the first quarter. I'm going to keep staying with you, and let's see what that... And if there's any barriers or roadblocks to that today, let me know. Because as I meet with you individually, if I get to doing that today, we've got a couple things I want to do before the day is over. But we're certainly going to keep that on the table. The other thing is the idea of processes, and we have not talked about that at all. So today I want to bring that into the picture, because at least we would have all three central elements to relevance, all three central elements to leadership, to good management. Notice the arrows go around. It's like that rotary engine, right? It's that constant motion. It's not, I didn't do this intentionally, did not do it as a flow chart, just linearly across like it's some destination. This is constantly playing. When I see someone on the drive, or I see them on the floor, I hear somebody on the telephone, and I hear what they do, everything they do, everything each of you does every day, all day long, it's all processes. Correct? Now, what's a process? Anything with a beginning and an end and stuff in the middle. So does that describe pretty near everything we do? It does, doesn't it? So whether that's answering a phone, writing a repair order, ordering a special order part, doing our finance process, showing the customer the menu, on the floor, talking to it, doing a meet and greet, right? The receptionist, the moment someone walks in the door, the process, there's a trigger, right? What's the trigger in her process? Trigger means the thing that starts her process. One of the triggers is customer walks through those front glass windows, right? The doors. And she should do what? Boom, trigger, process starts. She looks up, she smiles, she's inviting, she's engaging, she's welcoming. I know immediately I'm in the right place. So processes are central because of the fact that it's the way we do what we do and it's the way we show up to do what we do. So we have to know what it is we want to do and why. We've got to have the people to do it, and then we've got to have processes. So if we were going to leave the room right now and you never had another leadership management development session with me or anybody else, if you could concentrate on those three things, consistently be saying, do we have the right people? Do we have the right people on the bus? Do we have the right people on board? Or our process is serving our people, or our process is serving the customer, or our process is serving our purpose, and do we have a purpose? If that stuff is working, you're on the right track. And you're going to be a very effective manager, and you'll produce results that far exceed what you ever thought you could. Normally, when we have an interruption in our commitment to produce a result, it's because we have a breakdown in one of these three areas. Okay? Everybody with me? So this idea is an important idea.